Morning class, we're going to go over 2.7 measures of central tendency. So we're going to look at three numbers that look at the centeredness, how the data fits together. That would be mean, median, and mode. We'll also talk about range. So we'll first go through what is the mean, median, and mode. So we'll go through here. First of all, the mean is the average of the values. So we'd add all the numbers together and divide it by how many numbers. And so we'd see, and we'd go from there. So add up all the numbers, divide by the amount of numbers in the data set. So if we had a class of 15, we'd add up their average test score. So we'd add up all the tests together and divide by 15. The median is the middle number. The mode is the number that occurs most often. When we do median and mode, we need to put the data set from least to greatest. We need to put it in order to find the median and the mode. Well, okay. So if there are two numbers, I should go back here. If there are two numbers, so if you have a data set of 8, then you have 4 and 5 in the middle, you would add those two numbers together and divide by 2. And then mode is the number that occurs most often in the data set. So the easiest way, the first thing we'll do is put our data set into order. Once we put it from least to greatest, then we can identify the median and actually find the mode as well. Range is the difference, so difference means to subtract. We're going to subtract the biggest value from the smallest one. So if I want to put these numbers from least to greatest, we go ahead and we identify 1.9, 2.4, 3.6, 7.5, 9.8. So we just put them from least to greatest in order. So let's go through. Here's our data set below. Determine the measures of central tendency. So we're going to go mean, median, and mode, and then also find the range as well. So first thing we'll do is we'll put it in order from least to greatest. So we can see 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. Then we go ahead, find the average. So we add them all together. Divide by, if you looked at it, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 numbers, so I divide by 8. So add them all together, divide by 8, gives me 81.8, which is about, you'd say 10.1, and that would work. Now we want to find the median, the middle number. Well, again, there's 8 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no middle number. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 11 and 12 would be my average. Well, I'd add these two together and divide by 2. So 11 plus 12. So we take, it's an even data set, the two middle numbers, and then average those. So 11 plus 12 is 23. Divide by 2, which would give me 11.5. Next one is the mode. So we want to look at the mode. What number occurs most often? Well, there is no number that repeats itself. So there is no mode. We could have two modes. So a number repeats. So if we have a number that repeats itself, right, and it's a tie between two different numbers, then we'd state both of those. If it's more than 2, then we'd say no mode. Last one, range. So we want to find the difference between the biggest number and the smallest number. So 16 minus 2, which is 14. So that would be our mean, median, mode. So we'll go through one. Suppose your grades. So here's a different example of what you'll have. Suppose your grades on 3 science exams. So you take 3 science tests and you get an 82, a 94, and an 89. What do you need to get on the next exam to have an average of 90? So we've taken 3 exams, so think about it. Average means add them all up and divide by how many there are. So you have an 82, a 94, and an 89. So we've taken 3 tests. We're going to take 1 more test, so that gives me 4 tests total. So we add those together. Add them 82, 94, 89, plus 1 more. I don't know what it's going to be, so we just put an X in there. Divide by how many tests there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 tests. What we want is we want a 90, so we set it equal to 90. So add up 82, 94, and 89 gives me 265. Now, if I have a number in the denominator, we need to get rid of that. So the opposite dividing by 4 would be multiplying by 4. So we times each side by 4. And so when we do that, the 4 cancels, and you just have 265 plus x equals 4 times 9 is 360. Subtract 265, which gives me a 95. So on my next test, I need to get at least a 95 to get an average of 90. So that's our work for today. We won't go over any more. So write those down if you haven't already. Remember, the mean is the average. The mode is the number that occurs most often. Median is our middle number. And then the range is the difference between the highest and lowest. So we'll go through an example before you start your assignment on this.